Good morning. Happy Thursday. I'm going to move my screen up just a smidge more. All right. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Today is going to be a brand new format, so get ready to move at exactly 9 a.m. We're going to get started. So you got a few moments now to just stretch, but we're going to get right into that workout when it hits 9. Good morning, good morning. Starting exactly at 9 o'clock. You're here a little early. Don't worry, I will walk us in. About 1 minute left. Taking your time, warming up. Good morning, good morning. You have about another 30 seconds or so, and we're going to start class at the top of the mat. So if you want to meet me at the top while we get ready, it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be 30 minutes, pure movement, no rest. Let's get it started in just a few moments. Oops. Unless I break my phone first. All right, 10 seconds. Meeting me at the back of your mat, we're going to start with the walkout, overhead hands, and you're just going to take it to a push-out. So a walkout to an overhead press, take those arms overhead, hinge down at the hips, walk it out to a high plank. Give me one push-up on your feet or on your knees, whatever's going to keep the form best, and then walk it back up. Using that core to keep you nice and strong through the center. We're here for 1 whole minute. And yes, I have to tell you guys, today's playlist is the same as Tuesday's. Let me tell you why. I just loved it so much. Good morning. You're in a walkout to a push-up. So you have about 20 more seconds for this walkout to push-up. After this, you're going to give me a good morning with 2 squats. I will show you what that looks like as we do it. 10 more seconds. Walkout to a push-up. Next up, good morning to 2 squats. In 3, 2, 1, come stand up. Put those feet out to the side, put those hands behind your head. You're just gonna hinge at the hips, doing a nice little forward half fold, bring that core in, then you're gonna be 2 squats. 2 simple squats into a good morning. So hands behind the head, hinge at the hips, send those hips back, use that core nice and slow. And then 2 nice squats here. Do what you feel like doing with your arms, but really taking the time to use that core, stretching it out there into 2 squats. Getting nice and low, because this is your warm-up. After this, you have a minute of free flow. So you can move however feels right to you. If you need a little bit of structure, maybe you're gonna give yourself some jumping jacks, or maybe a little vinyasa if you know how to do that for yourself. Keep it going though. For 5 more seconds. After this, you have 1 minute of free flow. You have 3, 2, 1. So the 1 minute free flow is just moving your body in a way that feels good. But if you need some more structure, maybe you're just in a forward fold. You're doing some little lateral lunges. Whatever feels right for you. Maybe you're just making some big circles with the body. But this is your moment. Because after this, we're going into 27 minutes of movement. We're gonna start with that lateral bound to a touchdown. So you're gonna take it side to side there, and you're gonna go to touch the ground. You can do it with a lift, or you can just stay on the ground. You have 22 more seconds left in this free throw. Flow, free flow. This is not a basketball game. 15. Yep. Moving my hips first thing in the morning really helps me get activated. So next is that lateral bound. So meeting me on one side of the mat in 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's lateral bound to a touchdown. Nice and slow here. If you don't want to jump, you can just gently touch across the ground and go to bring the hand to the ground using that core. Lateral bound, touchdown. The goal is to get as far across your mat as you can. Because after this, you have that slow split squat for 30 seconds per side. So one leg will be forward, the other leg will be behind you, and you're just gonna squat it up and down. 30 more seconds. Yeah, today is not gonna be easy, but we're gonna be in pure movement the whole time. Deep breaths. 10 seconds. After this, split squat. 30 seconds one leg, 30 seconds, the other leg. You have 4, 3 split squats and 2, and I can't keep my balance today. 1 split squat, 1 leg forward, 1 leg back. Let's go, those knees, 90-90. You don't want that front knee going further than your ankle. You're gonna squeeze that back glute. Those hips are shining forward, straight in front of you. Whew. Core is strong. Shoulders rolled back. You have 10 seconds left on this side. Then we're going straight to the other side. In 3, 2, and 1. Flip to the other side. Split squats still in the same motion. Just on the other side now. So you're here for 30 seconds. Then after this, it's an alternating diagonal lateral lunge. So that knee can kiss the ground, making sure you're doing your best to stay centered here. Core is strong. You're balanced. You have 3, 2, 1. Come and meet me in the center of your mat. Alternating diagonal lateral lunge. So come in with the center. You're going to take it to a lateral lunge diagonally. You bring it back, using those inner thighs to bring you in and out here. Whew. Sitting it back in those hips. Doing your best to keep that core nice and strong, collarbone nice and open. Those hands can do a little extra reach if you want a little extra burn there. But focus on the form first and foremost. You're here for about another 30 seconds. Then after this, it's one of my favorite moves. You guys know it, a flow burpee. So you're just gonna do that burpee with minimal jumps and mostly flow. 15 seconds. So after this, you have 10 more seconds. We're gonna meet in that flow burpee in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flow burpee. Take those arms up overhead. Bring those hands underneath you. Walk, step the feet out. You can do a push-up on your feet, on your knees. Bring those feet back in and throw those arms all the way up. So flow through this burpee in whatever way feels powerful, meaningful, and challenging to you. You have about 40 seconds left here, and then we're gonna go into a transition movement. So we're gonna do this transition movement 4 times. So usually you might be used to a little rest during that part of class. Not today. 20 more seconds. Because I want you to just be in constant flow today. It's only 30 minutes. It ain't that bad. 15. And that transition can be whatever you need it to be. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. So the transition movement today, it's going to be a downward dog. You're gonna flow through that spine, one big wave into a cobra. You can hold that cobra for as long as you need, have to keep the toes tucked or untucked, roll it back into downward dog. This is your moment to just reflect. After this, you're gonna go into some glute bridges. So in 30 seconds, we're gonna head onto our back for just simple glute bridges. Spinal flow into a downward dog, into a cobra. Technically downward dog, spinal flow into cobra. 15 more seconds. Take whatever moment you need in each part of the movement. You have 3, 2, 1. Flipping it onto your backs. It's just good old glute bridges. You're lifting up and down. So hands can go to your side. You want a little extra burn, hands can go overhead. But getting yourself nice and ready in that glute bridge. A straight line from the knees to the chest. So you're looking straight at the ceiling. Look a little bit higher. So like instead of like eyeball level, think eyebrow level. Squeeze those glutes at the top. When you get to the bottom, lower back, I want you to fully connect. You have 22 more seconds here. After this, you're going onto all fours for alternating donkey kicks. So you'll go right, then left. On all fours in 10 seconds. Yeah, this is fun today. Pure movement in 3, 2, 1. Flipping onto all fours, alternating donkey kicks, just right side, then left side. So you're just gonna go each side, right, then left. Keeping that core tucked. You can go slow here. There's no rush. I'd rather you slow it down and really focus on a strong core. Those elbows tracking into you, slightly bent, palms fully grounded here. So really squeeze into each little finger pad. Feel each finger pad right now. Give me a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel each little pad. For 22 more seconds, after this, it is a fire hydrant to a side kick. You'll do 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. In 10 seconds. Yeah, that fire hydrant's not gonna be no joke. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So fire hydrant to a side kick, whichever leg you want to start with. You're going to stay on one side for 30 seconds. Fire hydrant, lifting it all the way to the top, and then squeezing that leg out into a little kick. Don't worry about getting that leg high. It's not about that right now. It's about you doing what is best for your body in the moment. You have 5 more seconds left on this leg. And we go in 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. Yeah. Hello, other leg. How you doing today? I'm great. I'm just kidding. That was annoying. Keep it going. If you want to follow the beat of the music, always encouraged to give you a little bit of extra guidance. After this, it is just rainbows, left and right. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Rainbows, right side, left side. I'm gonna come down onto my forearms because that feels better for me. So you're lifting through the center, all the way across. And then back to the side. Rainbow kick, corner to corner, squeezing the glutes. Core is in tight. Don't let that lower back be compromised because you are lifting the leg. The lift is coming from the core and the glutes, not your lower back. You have 3, we're switching to the other side, and 2, 1, switch to the other side. Other corner to the other corner. So like I said, actively focus on this coming from the glutes and the core, not the lower back. Slow it down. After this, you're back in that transition move. In 10 seconds, you're going to that downward dog, to a spinal flow, into a cobra. In 3, 2, 1. Ooh, yeah. All right, guys. Downward dog. Spinal flow. Cobra. Nice and slow here. Next up after this, it's going to be a little bit of core work. So I'm just looking right now. It'll start with a roll-up crunch. So you'll go onto your back. You will extend those arms out nice and long. And you will roll up all the way to touch those toes into crunch. And then we'll move on to the next move. You have about 25 more seconds left in this transition period. Juice every little piece of this. You have 3. We're going onto our backs for roll-up crunch in 2 and 1. Onto your back, roll-up crunch. So those legs and arms nice and long. And you're just going to slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Go to touch those toes. And then slowly roll it back. Just as slow as you rolled up is just as slow as you were rolling back. Giving myself a little bit more room here. So you're here for about another 30 seconds. Then after this, you're gonna give me side to side crunches. So you're just gonna crunch with each side, little karate chops of the arms, and then you're gonna give me side to side reverse crunches. So you'll just kind of take those hips up into a little diagonal towards one side, and then towards the other side. You have 15 seconds here. Keep moving. Don't stop. In 5, 4, we're gonna go into those side to side reverse in 3, 2, 1. So have those knees bent. Give me a little side crunch, so a little karate chop one way, side crunch, karate chop the other way. You can place those hands on the ground, lift those knees, little reverse side to side crunches. So just feeling this a little more in those obliques. Go slow. Literally no rush here. Side to side crunch, side to side reverse. Keep that lower back glued to the ground. Keep that chin away from the chest. Palms are pushing into the floor for those reverse crunches. Obliques are fired up. From here, it is going to be a hollow body hold for 30 seconds. So those hands, that head and shoulders are off the ground along with those feet. And then we're gonna do a chest press along with that for 30 seconds after. We will get there in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hollow body hold. So hands off the ground, feet off the ground. You can have those hands down to your side, overhead. That doesn't feel good to me. If this isn't right for you, you can lower the head and just have the feet hover, or vice versa. So if you need a little support, you can grab those sides of your legs. You're here for another 10 seconds. Then after this, we're gonna add arms to do chest presses. I know, it hurts. You have 5, 4, hold that core in 3, 2, 1. Chest presses, arms up, arms down. Press those arms towards the sky. You can bring those elbows into the side. Holy shit, yep, I gotta take a breather. I'm gonna keep going with my arms. Whew. And then back to it. 15 seconds. Those arms are just lifting and lowering. After this, it is hip dips to a plank saw. So we're gonna go onto our forearms. In 3, 2, 1. Holy crap, okay, flip it around. Hip dip, plank saw. Come onto those forearms in a nice little low plank. So let's dip our hip to one side, dip it to the other side, saw forwards and backwards. Through those obliques like we worked earlier, and then forwards and backwards, straight back. Lower that butt down a little bit more than you think you need to. There you go. Chest is open. These are little tiny micro movements. You are there in 30 seconds. After this, you're in that transition period. And then we're in arms, then we got some inner thighs, then we're cooling it down. 14 seconds. Stay with it. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that moment to breathe. Getting ready for that transition moment. Downward dog. Spinal flow. Cobra. Like I said, this is at your own pace, your own speed. After this, we're doing some arms. So you can stand up, or you can be on your knees. It'll be a lateral pull down to start. I'm gonna get quiet though for the rest of this transition period. Give me 3 I'm totally kidding. Don't give me 3. You have 10 seconds. Now give me 3, 2, 1. Standing it up or on your knees. Those arms are gonna go up overhead, lateral pull down. So really use that collarbone to stay nice and open. Feel this spreading across your chest when those arms are pulling down. I want you to pull down just to like a touchdown position. I'm gonna come onto my knees because that feels a little better right now. Those hips are tucked, that core is tight. Keep going for 30 more seconds. Whew. After this, it'll be an open arm forward push. I'll show you what that looks like. 20 seconds. Really squeeze the back here as well. Your chest and back, biceps should be on fire right now. 10. Give me 3, open arm forward push, and 2, 1, take those arms just out to the side, palms nice and wide. You're gonna give me little tiny pulses forward. So, I want this to come from those shoulders and the arms, not from the chest. I don't want you wobbling forward and backwards here. I want these pulses to be tiny. I want you to feel this coming from the spread across the chest. I want the pulsing to come from the squeezing. Little bends in the arms. Palms, I like to have my palms nice and wide. If you want them in a little bit more of like a kind of a karate chop mode, you can. But little pulses are coming from the squeeze. You're here for another 20 seconds. Then we are going into a forward to backward arm reach. You'll take both arms reaching in forward, and then you will reach in behind you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward to backward arm reach. Reach those arms forward. Someone's pulling them at the top, reaching them backwards. So you have a slight little bend in the chest, a tiny little hinge at the hips if you are standing or kneeling, but you're keeping that chest open. I want you to not have those shoulders moving. So don't have those shoulders moving up when you go up and back when you go back. Have the shoulders staying stable the whole time. Bring that navel in a little bit closer to the spine. You're here for about another 20 seconds. And then after this, it's just tricep kickbacks. And then after that, you're back in the transition. And then it's just some leg work. And then you got a little cool down, which can also be a little bit of ab work. In 4, 3 tricep kickbacks. In 2, 1 tricep kickback. So you're just gonna kick those arms back and bring those hands back in. So those elbows are staying close to your side. You're pushing the hands behind you and then back into the side of you. Palms are facing in towards each other like they want to clap. You're keeping those shoulders rolled back. You're just bending from the elbows. Those upper arms are staying exactly where they are the whole time. I want you to feel skin on skin, underarm fat on underarm fat. Fat is a good thing, you guys. It keeps us centered, it keeps us stable, and it keeps us happy. Literally, fat actually scientifically keeps us happy. Remember that. 15 seconds, then we're in our transition period. You have 2 and 1 transition period. Let's go. It's that downward dog to a spinal flow to a cobra. Milk every little piece of this. After this, you're gonna come onto one side for an outer leg lift. We're gonna be working on inner thighs. Halfway to go. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I'm feeling a little certain way, you just gotta move through it, mentally and physically, because it's all just temporary. We're gaining time as every moment passes. You have 3, 2, 1. Come and meet me on one side. It's gonna be an outer leg lift for 30 seconds. So you can have that elbow supporting you. You can be all the way down on the ground. You're doing tiny little lifts here. So tiny lifts. I only want you to lift maybe about 4 or 5 inches. And I want you to really squeeze the leg, squeeze that glute, making sure those hips are stacked upon one another. You have 10 seconds. Then we're gonna bend that top leg in front of that other leg. We're gonna do an inner thigh lift. In 3, 2, 1, bend that top leg, inner thigh lift. So you're gonna flex that inside foot, or you can have a point at whatever feels good for you, but tiny little motions. And again, hips are staying stacked, and that happens by squeezing the core. 15 seconds left here, and then you're doing some circles. You'll give me 15 seconds of forward, 15 seconds of backwards with that top leg. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that inside leg. Give me some little circles here. Forward circles for 15. Ooh. Yeah, tiny circles. Smaller the better. Yep, nice and small. You can feel that from that core. Holy shit. You have 3, 2, 1. Flip it backwards. Backward circles. Tiny little backward circles. From here, you're gonna then transition into a clamshell, into a lifted clamshell. In 3, 2, 1, bring those knees on top of each other. You're gonna give me a clamshell to a lifted clamshell. So you can have that hand on the, what do you call that, your hips, and then you're gonna give me that clamshell, lift it all the way up. You can have that arm help you lift up. You have 10 more seconds left on this side, then we just flip it all to the other side. In 4, 3, going to the other side, in 2, and 1. Flipping it to the other side. Don't be dramatic. Outer leg lift. So, prepare yourself, stack those hips, squeeze that core, keep those shoulders away from the head. You have 15 seconds left on the outer lift, and we're going to the inside. In 3, 2, and 1. Cross that front leg. Bring that inner leg up. Sometimes you're going to naturally want to roll back. Roll yourself forward so you are stacked again. This is fun. I'm telling you guys. After this, it's going to be those circles, clamshell, transitional move, final 2 movements. You have 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, circles. Take that outer leg. Little forward circles, 15 seconds. One of my favorite songs right now. It's called All You Gotta Do Is Hold On. Oh yeah, this is burning, but that's okay. Switch circles, switch directions, taking it the other way. After this, it's that clamshell to a lifted clamshell. In 3, 2, 1, give me that clamshell to a lifted clamshell. Squeeze those legs together. Whew. Use that core. You know how to do this move. You feel good doing it too, I know you do. 10 more seconds. After this, transitional move. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Transition, downward dog, spinal flow, cobra. Downward dog. Spinal flow, cobra. All you gotta do is another 2 more minutes of movement after this, and it's more of a cool down. But trust me, you're still gonna work that body, because I waste no time. Because time is our most valuable asset. There's nothing more expensive in the world than our time. So trust me, when you are spending your time with me, it feels like you're each giving me a million, zillion, quadrillion dollars, because you could be doing 1,000 other things, but you're choosing to do this for yourself in collective movement. It feels good. You have 3, 2, 1. So coming just onto the back, you're just gonna bring those knees in to meet the chest, one knee in at a time. So bring that knee in to meet the chest, and then switch it out. Knee to meet the chest, other knee. If you want a little extra, you can lift that chest to have a little bit more core work, but making sure you're stretching here because this is your cool down. Feel the backs of those legs. Oh yeah, pull in that knee to the chest. You're here for just another 30 seconds. After this, it's gonna be cat-cows to chest circles. So then you're really just gonna let it all hang, let it all go. You have 20 more seconds. Yeah, I feel great. 10 seconds. After this, on all fours, cat-cow to some chest circles. In 3, 2, 1, come and meet me on all fours. It is that cat-cow to some circles. So I'm just gonna take that chest down towards the ground, really open up the back. Bring it into a nice cat, rounding the spine, chin in towards the chest. Bringing it back all the way down, and make some circles. Give your circle to the right, and a circle to the left. Whatever feels good here, but this is just, I want you to do some cat-cows and some chest circles. If you want to follow the format, you're going to give me a cat or a cow, into a cat, into some chest circles. Squeeze that core. You can really do a little extra here if you want. You only have 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Guys, you just made it through 30 minutes of pure movement. It is 9:30 on the dot. I love that. So you know the drill. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Guys, thank you so much. It's an honor and a pleasure. Yay. Bye, everybody.